Come on, up. Up, yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hi. Hi. Okay, down. Lay down. Hi, I'm Angie. This is my first sit-down video. I've done vlogs before, but nothing like this. So bear with me. Thank you for clicking on my video. Thank you for watching. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. I'm actually doing this in collaboration with some other YouTubers that I've just made friends with. So check down below for all their links. Give their videos a watch, give those a thumbs up. Help support some newer channels. So we are doing a mom tag today. So we have a whole list of questions that we are all answering. Without further ado, let's get started. Question 1, how old were you when you had your first child? I had just turned 29. I actually had a false alarm on my birthday, and she was born 4 days later. What was the hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months? For me, the hardest thing about being pregnant was that I couldn't give my full attention to my pregnancy. It wasn't an easy pregnancy, that I had different issues, but the hardest factor was that I was grieving the death of my father. So he had passed in February, and we actually found out in April that we were pregnant. So our original due date was exactly 10 months after my dad had passed. So in that time, we were having a rough pregnancy, I was grieving my father, and we also had to sell our house. So it was a very crazy and hectic time, and that would definitely be the hardest part. Can you think of any good things you enjoyed while you were pregnant for those 9 months? And for me, that was actually the moments where I was stopped, whether because I was so exhausted that I had to sit, or I was giving myself a break. But my daughter was in the same position for her whole pregnancy, so my favorite part about it was actually rubbing her back. I had a friend of mine help figure out what position she was sitting in, so I actually knew that was her back. But she sat right here the entire time, so I would just sit there and I would just rub her back, and it seemed to kind of stop her from moving around, which was really nice because she kept shoving up on my ribs and dislocated them, actually. In your opinion, were all the things you heard about childbirth accurate, or were they way off? Everyone told us to expect the unexpected and that it wouldn't go as planned. And that was exactly correct. We even had a scheduled C-section that we didn't even make it to because she came as an emergency C-section. So that was absolutely on point. I put my puppy down here. I know. Would you handle childbirth differently if you could redo it? I loved the birth of my daughter. It did not go as planned. It was crazy. It was hectic, but we had the most amazing team in our OR. My mom was able to make it there into the recovery room with us, and she had to fly from out of province. So as a whole, I loved that. But what I would do differently is that I would be more assertive next time. I'd be more assertive for them to check how dilated I was. I'd be more assertive about how the medication I was on was making me feel. So that would actually be the biggest thing, is that I need to stand up for myself more. Because I actually ended up on a medication that made me very wonky. So I feel like the first almost 2 weeks of my daughter's life, I was not quite there, and I thought that was just kind of mom normal or post C-section normal. And I definitely next time would do that a little differently. What would be your advice for someone who is about to have a baby? The largest piece of advice that I can give is that I would say yes to anyone who offered support or help. The other day, I actually called myself out on this because a friend offered to make us dinner at any point in time that we were ready for it, and we never took her up on it. So I would tell people to take those opportunities. Take the visit, let someone bring food, and just don't feel bad for saying, yes, I'd love some help. The other little piece of advice is that if you're someone who wants to write thank you cards, I'm that person that I always have the best of intentions. I have purchased thank you cards for my wedding that happened 3 years ago that I have still not sent out. I have sat down to write thank you cards for my wedding gifts, for my baby showers, for the baby gifts. I still have not done any of those. So if you have sent us a gift, believe me, they were appreciated. I hope to one day make it to all the cards, and I'll probably send them all out at once. So if you want to write thank you cards, write them in the moment. Sit down once a week or have someone write them for you. It doesn't matter, but you won't get to them down the road if you're anything like me. The hardest thing for me about being a mom has been adjusting to my postpartum anxiety and my struggles with mental health. I know that I'm a great mom, but that doesn't stop those moments where I feel completely like a fish out of water, or that I'm just missing a piece of how to do it right. So for all those moms out there who are feeling that sludge, comment below, let me know, reach out to groups around you, say it to whoever you are comfortable saying it to, whether that's here on YouTube, whether that's somewhere else on social media, support groups in your area, but really reach out for that help. My puppy is talking. Do you want to come say hi? Come here. Oh. Oh. No. You don't want to be on camera? What has been the most rewarding thing about being a mom? For me, the most rewarding thing about being a mom has really been watching my daughter grow and get to those next stages. That all happens really quickly. But for me, it's not only those moments where she learns something new or she develops a new skill, but really soon after those moments, the next time that I get to have her fall asleep in my arms or carry her while she's sleepy, and just get that really good look on her face where you see that baby still, but what they've grown into. That to me is the coolest thing. Cora, you either on camera or off camera. Which you want it to be? What do you want to be? Huh? What was the most surprising thing you discovered about being a mom? The most amazing thing that I discovered was how much of a community is built in the trenches of being a new mom. We have friends that we've had for years that came back around. We have people that we went to birth and babies classes with who have all stayed in touch. And it's just so amazing to have someone else, even if their kid isn't a baby anymore, but a friend who you know you can call and talk kid with is absolutely wonderful, because it can be so isolating at moments. So really, that community was so surprising to me at how quickly that becomes a tight-knit group. Number 10, what is the best memory you have involving your child? I am super lucky that I can actually say I was able to, in the moment, recognize that. We've just had my daughter's first birthday. We've just had my 30th birthday. It's Christmas. We're starting a business. Things are just crazy. I was having a bad day. We were sitting down on the ground with my daughter. She was playing, and I just kind of leaned into my husband's lap. And then my daughter wanted to join, so she crawled on top, and then my puppy came. And we just laid there while Peyton had a bottle, and we watched Home Alone. And it was, or a chunk of Home Alone. And it was just the best family time. What was the most exciting milestone? For me, the most exciting milestone was the moment that she crawled, because we had just been through this rough stretch where we were getting very concerned about her development. She was late to sit. She struggled from day one because she was so little. And the moment that she was able to crawl, she actually clapped for herself. It was so cute. It was just the greatest. And it was one of those moments of like the little engine who could. So that was great. What is the worst thing that your child has ever done? We are not at the stage of her doing too many crazy things yet because she's so little, but the worst thing that she has ever done is crawled right off the bed. Nothing has stopped my heart the way that did. Luckily, we were on our way to the pediatrician anyways, and she was fine, but goodness, I lost time off my life for that. What is a habit that I wish my child didn't have? Peyton is currently at a stage where she is starting to learn what she wants, but she cannot at all communicate that to us. So the habit that I wish that she didn't have was the tantrums that she throws when she doesn't want something. Cannot wait to see that reduce. What habit of theirs makes you most proud? Peyton can smile and giggle at almost anyone. And as someone who has social anxiety or just in general doesn't like big crowds, which is something a lot of people don't know about me. I wish I could do that. That is a skill that I'm working on, and it is an easy, easy habit for her. Do you share any similarities with your child? Our daughter is still really young, so we don't know exactly what her personality is going to come out to look like just yet. But when she smiles, I see me as a baby, and that is the coolest thing. Where would I like my child to be in 10 years? I would assume that she is probably going to be around the 4th grade. So I would love to see her enjoying school and finding activities that she can really get into and wants to put extra work and practice into. That'd be really cool to see. What is something that my child has taught me? She has really taught me that I need to stop and enjoy the moment that I'm in. I am that person that is always looking to the future, always looking at, what's ahead and what has to get done and what that all looks like. I cannot be more grateful for the fact that she has taught me that. Did I imagine that I would be a mom at the age that I became a mom? So, yes, is the easy answer. My sister started to have her kids at a similar age, and my mom was a similar age when she had me that I was when I had Peyton. The big difference is that I was kid number 4, so she was having her 4th kid when I was having my first. So I always thought I would kind of have kids around then. Describing my child in one sentence, I would have to say she is a small and feisty little kid who is happy 90% of the time and a full and utter tornado the other 10% of the time. And number 20, how have I changed as a person since becoming a mom? I truly believe that everyone changes when they have children. Lots of people will say that they didn't, that it really didn't faze them much. I do believe that you're always the same person that you are at your core. But since becoming a mom, I have had to open up about so many things that I didn't expect to. I'm someone who is extremely open with a select number of people, but since becoming a mom, I have literally had to wear my heart on my sleeve because she is this little piece of my soul that is out and about elsewhere, whether she's at daycare or with her dad or with grandma or just sleeping in the next room. It is so weird and wonderful to have that feeling. Thank you for watching. If you liked this, please give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, and do check out those other videos that are in the description box because the women that I'm collaborating with are wonderful, so please go check out their videos. Thanks again, and we'll see you in our next video.